bulb began to flicker. I thought if I stayed patient, the healing would be quicker. I kept your favorite coffee mug sitting on the shelf. I've been holding conversations mostly with myself. I watched the seasons cycle from the green back to the gray, expecting you to realize you were never meant to stay away. But the driveway is a desert and the mailbox is a ghost of the letters that I promised to the one I love the most. They say that if it's meant to be, it finds its way back home, like a ship that's tired of dancing with the salt and with the foam. But I've been standing on the shoreline till my feet have turned to stone, waiting for a heartbeat that was never quite my own. I gave the word to see you walking back across the grass. I held my breath for months just to watch the minutes pass. I kept the always ready, I kept the fire high, but I was praying to a God who wouldn't look me in the eye. I waited for the story, I waited for the turn, but some bridges just stay ash once you watch them burn. Oh, I set my heart out searching through the pouring rain, but love didn't return. No, love didn't return to me again. The neighbors stopped asking when they saw the empty seat. I'm just another shadow on a quiet dead-end street. I finally moved your shoes from the place beside the door because I couldn't stand to see them sitting empty anymore. It's a cruel kind of silence when you realize the truth, that you spent your last December clinging to a ghost of youth. You didn't get lost, you didn't miss the signs, you just didn't want to live within these old familiar lines. Is there a map you're following that leads away from here? Is there a new horizon where the sky is always clear? I would have been your harbor, I would have been your sky, but you're 1,000 miles past the echo of goodbye. I gave the word to see you walking back across the grass. I held my breath for months just to watch the minutes pass. I kept the always ready, I kept the fire hot, but I was praying to a God who wouldn't look me in the eye. I waited for the story, I waited for the turn, but some bridges just stay ash once you watch them burn. Oh, I set my heart out searching through the pouring rain, but love didn't return. No, love didn't return to me again. So I'm turning off the porch light, I'm locking up the gate. I'm learning that forever doesn't always wanna wait. The house is finally quiet, the bed is finally cold, and I'm letting go of stories that'll never be retold. It didn't come back, the screen door didn't crack, love didn't return. Love didn't return. We had the blueprints and we had the spark. We had a lantern for the deepest dark. But when the wind began to howl at the door, you didn't want to be the anchor anymore. You loved the easy days, the gold and the light, but you couldn't find the rhythm in the middle of the fight. As soon as the water started rising too high, you looked for a shore and you said your goodbye. It's easy to promise when the sky is all blue, You talk about peace and you talk about space, like you didn't just vanish from this hollowed out place. You say it was timing or fate or the stars, but it was just you being scared of the scars. Real love is a soldier, it's a hand in the fire. It's more than a feeling or a fleeting desire, but you treat it always like a house made of glass, just waiting for the first heavy winter to pass. I would have climbed every mountain for you. I would have walked through the fire to see us through, but it takes two to battle, it takes two to hold, and you let go of my hand as soon as it got cold. I wasn't brave enough to stand in the rain. It wasn't strong enough to carry the pain. It saw the shadows and it turned and it ran, leaving me here with a broken down plan. I was ready to bleed, I was ready to stay, but you were already halfway away. Oh, we had the heart, but we lacked the name. I guess our love just wasn't brave. So go find a life where the weather is fair, where you never have to breathe in the heavy air. I'll stay in the storm, I'll stay afraid, learning how to live with the us you threw away. It wasn't enough, we weren't tough. Our love just wasn't brave. We didn't hit a mountain, we didn't hit a wall. There wasn't one big moment where we lost it all. It was a loose thread pulling day by day, a little bit of color turning into gray. I didn't notice when you stopped holding my hand, or when our castles turned back into common sand. We were just walking, focused on the sky, while the ground beneath us started going dry. It's the quietest kind of heartbreak you can find, when the person that you love starts leaving you behind. Not with a suitcase, not with a shout, but like a candle flame slowly guttering out. that don't live here anymore. A little bit today, a little bit tomorrow, until there's nothing left but a quiet kind of sorrow. It just fell off. It just fell away. I remember when your touch felt like a midsummer sun. Back when we believed that we had only just begun. The air between us used to crackle, used to breathe and burn. I lived for every lesson that your heart wanted me to learn. But lately there's a draft coming through the bedroom door, and I'm finding layers of dust upon the kitchen floor. You look right through me like I'm made of glass and rain, and I'm shivering from a winter I can't quite explain. I tried to stoke the embers, tried to keep the feeling bright, but you were already turning out every single light. I reached for your hand under the heavy wool of the sheet, but I found a piece of ice where your heart used to be. Oh, the fire went out without a flicker or a sound. The warmth we used to share is nowhere to be found. I'm standing in the kitchen, but I'm freezing in the heat, watching the life we built go bitter and bittersweet. I didn't see the frost until it settled on my skin. Now I'm locked outside a heart that I used to live within. Yeah, the season changed while I was looking for the sea. And love went cold on me. Your good morning sounds like a ghost of a formal hello. And I'm watching the light in your eyes start to go. We used to talk for hours until the stars began to fade. Now we're just two shadows in a house that we both made. I'm wearing my coat inside, trying to find the spark, but the fireplace is empty and the hallways are so dark. It's a different kind of lonely when you're standing in the room with the one who used to be the sun, but now it's just the gloom. Did the wood get damp? Did the oxygen run dry? Or did you just decide to let the passion quietly die? I'm screaming at the silence, begging for a flame, but you just look away when I whisper your name. Oh, the fire went out without a flicker or a sound. The warmth we used to share is nowhere to be found. I'm standing in the kitchen, but I'm freezing in the heat, watching the life we built go bitter and bittersweet. I didn't see the frost until it settled on my skin. Now I'm locked outside a heart that I used to live within. Yeah, the season changed while I was looking for the sea. And love went cold on me. So I'll just pack my bags and I'll walk into the night. Maybe I'll find a place where the sun is still in sight, because I can't stay here in this permafrost of us, watching everything we were turn to ice and dust and freezing in here. Yeah, the winter's finally here, and love went cold on me. saw the way you pulled your hand away in the middle of the night. I felt the change in temperature before we lost the light. The evidence was everywhere, written on the wall, and the way you didn't catch me when you used to break my fall. But I made myself a blindfold out of memories and grace. I pretended I could still see forever in your face. Even when the I love you started sounding like a chore, I was busy making excuses and guarding the front door. The heart is a stubborn thing, it hears what it wants to hear. It filters out the silence and it swallows every fear. I saw the cracks in the foundation, I felt the rising flood, but I stayed inside the house even after the thud. I stayed past the logic, I stayed past the proof. I lived under the shadow of a hollow leaking roof. You had already checked out, you were miles down the line. Well, I was still convinced that your heart was tied to mine. The truth was screaming run, but I chose to keep the youth of a love that had already died. Yeah, I stayed past the truth. I kept buying the groceries for the meals we used to share. I kept talking to the silence as if you were still there. I ignored the way you looked at me like I was just a ghost, or a guest who stayed too long and had burdened his host. It's a lonely kind of madness to believe a beautiful lie, to keep holding on to someone who's already said goodbye, without ever using words, without ever making a scene, just leaving me to wonder what the hell we used to mean. Was I waiting for a miracle? Was I waiting for a sign? Or was I just too terrified to leave the us behind? I knew the fire was out, I knew the coals were cold, but I tried to keep the warmth of a story already told. I stayed past the proof. I lived under the shadow of a hollow leaking roof. You had already checked out, you were miles down the line, while I was still convinced that your heart was tied to mine. The truth is screaming run, but I chose to keep the youth of a love that had already died. Yeah, I stayed past the truth. Now I'm standing in the wreckage of the maybe and the yeah, walking back alone from the edge of the cliff. I finally see the map, I finally see the end. I'm sorry it took me so long to let go of your hand. I stayed too long. Yeah, I stayed until the song. I stayed past the truth. Used to be the story that the neighbors talked about, the kind of fire that the rain can never put out. Your name was a prayer that I whispered in my sleep, a promise that I made, a secret I would keep. But lately when we speak, the words feel thin and cold, like a library of books that are getting much too old. The ink has started fading on the letters that we wrote, and we're just two singing sailors on a very different boat. We're sitting at the table, but the space between his rise. Searching for the people that we were in the distant past. I look into your eyes and I see a hollow blue, and I realize that I'm a stranger looking back at you. It wasn't a storm, it wasn't a fight, it wasn't a choice we made in the night, but the spark went cold and the grace became tamed, and now it feels like love forgot our names. The week that we built has turned into me and you, just echoes of a dream that we didn't see through. We're still in the house, but we lost all the flames. Yeah, love just forgot our names. I found an old photo tucked away inside a drawer of us dancing in the kitchen on the hardwood floor. Your head was on my shoulder, my hand was on your waist, but now the memory has a bitter, lonely taste. We used to have a language only we could understand. Now I'm reaching for a ghost when I try to hold your hand. The universe moved on while we were standing still. We lost the kind of magic that no amount of time can fill. Till we stop believing, did the feeling just get tired? We let the engine stall when it used to be so fired. I'm calling out to us, but the sky is just a blank, and the ship we used to sail is resting on the bank. No more honey, no more deer, just a heavy silence that we've learned to fear. I'm walking through the hallway of a life that isn't mine, watching our reflections start to blur and untwine. Love forgot, yeah, just forgot, and now we're just two shadows in the dark. I was busy building walls to keep the world outside, looking for a place where a heavy heart could hide. I was counting all the risks, I was measuring the cost, making sure that I would never be the one who was lost. You were standing in the light, you were holding out a thread, while I was tangled in the ghost of every word I never said. I thought I had the time, I thought the door was always wide, but I was staring at the lock while you were on the other side. It wasn't a crash or a sudden blinding rain, it wasn't the kind of break that screams out its own name. It was quiet as a shadow, it was softer than a sigh, the moment that the hello turned into a goodbye. And love slipped past me like water through my head. I was tracing circles while you were making plans. I reached out for the feeling, just a second way too late. Now I'm standing at the window of an find your scent on old sweaters, I find your hairpins in the hall, a million little reminders of how I let it fall. I was waiting for a sign, for a lightning bolt to strike, instead of seeing the devotion in the things you didn't like. I was waiting for a perfect that was never meant to come, while the rhythm of your heart was beating like a drum. Is there a place where the missed things go to stay, where the almost and the could have been don't ever fade away? Because I go there in a heartbeat, I go there and I'd wait to tell you that I'm sorry for the silence and the wait. I'm a lonely, tired actor on a dark and empty stage, watching the taillights, watching the ghost of the person in the world that I needed the most. It slipped away. It slipped past me. And now I'm the only one left to see. I'm picking up the echoes of the things you used to say, but they're hitting me like thunder on a clear and sunny day. Back when you were reaching, I was looking at the floor. I was bracing for a storm while you were standing at the door. I heard your I love you like a distant fading bell, but now it's ringing loud enough to break this quiet shell. I was always one step behind the rhythm of your heart, learning how to hold you just as we were torn apart. The timing was a shadow that I couldn't quite outrun. I found the words to save us when the saving was all done. I finally woke up to the treasure in my hands, right as the last grain was falling through the sands. I loved you in delay, I loved you far too late. I was checking all the locks while you were walking through the gate. Now I'm feeling every spark that I didn't feel back then. I'm ready to begin, but we've already hit the end. My heart is finally catching up to where you used to be, but you're 1,000 miles ahead and far away from me. Oh, I'm burning with a fire that I finally learned to play. But I loved you, I loved you, to where you used to be, but you're 1,000 miles ahead and far away from me. Oh, I'm burning with a fire that I finally learned to play. But I loved you in delay. The signal's finally clear, but the tower's falling down. I'm the king of a kingdom that's already left the town. I've got so much to give you, but you're nowhere to be found. Just the echo of my state, caught in the delay. Yeah, I'm loving you now, but you're gone anyway. Finally stopped checking the door at 6, looking for a shadow that I know I can't fix. The house is a museum of the plans that we made, of a life that we promised now beginning to fade. I'm staring at the tickets for the trip in July, and the suit that I bought for the you and I still have the map where we circled the coast, but now I'm just living with a beautiful ghost. You didn't just take your clothes from the drawer, or the sound of your laughter behind the front door. You took the Sunday I was counting upon and left me awake in a permanent haunt. You took the always, you took the to be, you took the version of life meant for me. I've got the memories, yeah, I've got the past, but I'm holding a future that wasn't built to last. I'm standing at the edge of a wide open space where I used to see a smile in your face. Now I'm waking up to a sun that feels hollow, 'cause you took my tomorrow. Yeah, you took my tomorrow. Every morning there's a mountain that I have to climb, because I'm living in a wheel while you're moving through time. I see a new house and I think of your taste, and I remember the dreams that you laid to waste. The names for the children, the dog in the yard. How did leaving my future become so unscarred? I'm stuck on the page where you ended the book, while you're writing chapters I'm not allowed to look. What do I do with the rest of my years when the vision I had just disappeared in my tears? You walked out of the frame, you broke every plan, and left me a broken and directionless man. You took the always, you took the time. looking through the window at the garden we made, where the roses are blooming in a deep crimson shade. It's the peak of the season, the air's sweet and gold, the kind of afternoon we were meant to hold. But the chair beside me is empty and still, and the silence is something that I can't quite feel. You waited for the harvest, for the sun to be high. Then you picked up your keys and you said your goodbye. You didn't leave when the winter was biting and cold. Oh, when the stories we shared were starting to get old. You waited for the moment when the world was in tune to leave me stranded in the middle of June. You took the best days and you left me the rain. You took the laughter and you left me the stain. You stayed for the magic, for the light in my eyes. Then you walked out the door under beautiful skies. Now the memories of us are all tied to the sun, and I got nowhere to hide. Now that you're done, oh, you stole the gold and you left me the gray. You took the best days and then you walked away. I remember the beach and the salt on your skin, the way that we laughed as the tide hurried in. Those were the Sundays when we felt 10 feet tall, before you decided to let it all fall. Now I can't see your sunsets without feeling the sting of the ghost of the joy that you used to bring. It's a cruel kind of theft to leave when it's bright, to turn the midday into a permanent night. If you left when we struggled, if you left in the dark, I could blame the weather or a dying spark. But you waited for the summit, for the view from the top, to let go of my hand and let the world drop. You took the best days and you left me the rain. You took the laughter and you left me the stain. You stayed for the magic, for the light in my eyes. Then you walked out the door under beautiful skies. Now the memories of us are all tied to the sun, and I got nowhere to hide. Now that you're done, oh, you stole the gold and you left me the gray. You took the best days and then you walked away. Now the calendars are mocking me with every clear sky, because perfect is just another word for goodbye. I'm left with the summer, but it feels like the frost, counting the minutes of the time that I lost. You took the sunshine, you took the light, and you left me here in the middle of the best days of my life. back of your mind, leaving the ghost of your shadow behind. I was the one keeping the conversation afloat while you were already bored in the boat. I watched you go distant, I watched you go gray, long before you actually walked away. You were halfway to gone while I stayed behind to sweep up the pieces you didn't mind. I knew it was over, I knew by your touch that I was the only one loving too much. You checked out early, you left the lights on, you were gone in your heart before you were gone. I did the grieving for both of our souls. I was the one filling all of the holes. You didn't have to feel the weight of the stone, because I was bearing the burden alone. Yeah, you skipped the heartbreak, you didn't even grow while I carried the ending. I carried the ending alone. You're acting surprised that I'm already tired, but I've been the one keeping the engine fired. I've been mourning us since the middle of May, while you just got around to leaving today. It's easy to walk when you've already detached, when the fire is out and the door has been latched. But I sat in the smoke till my lungs started to burn, waiting for a love that would never return. There's a special kind of lonely in a two-person room when you're the only one smelling the rot in the bloom. I lived through the goodbye 1,000 times over while you were just looking for new fields of clover. You checked out early, you left the lights on, you were gone in your heart before you were gone. I did the grieving for both of our souls. I was the one filling all of the holes. You didn't have to feel the weight of the stone, because I was bearing the burden alone. Yeah, you skipped the heartbreak, you didn't even grow while I carried the ending. I carried the ending alone. So go on and tell them that you're doing fine, that the break was easy, that you're doing divine. It's true, you didn't feel a single thing break, 'cause I took the impact for both of our sakes. I carried the weight, I carried the fate, I carried the ending, and I'm the only one who had to say goodbye. We didn't go out in a flash or a flame, nobody shouted and no one's to blame. We just sat in the garden and watched the grass grow, while the warmth in our fingers turned into snow. We stopped asking questions, we stopped sharing dreams, and we came apart slowly at all of the seams. I was waiting for later, you were waiting for someday, until someday became just another lost Monday. wasn't a betrayal, it wasn't a lie. It was just a slow fade and a light in the sky. We let the dust settle on the things we once said, until we were strangers sharing a bed. You let the clock take the passion away. You let the minutes turn into the gray. We didn't fight for the fire, we didn't even try. We just sat in the silence and let time go by. Now there's miles of distance in a 3-foot space, and I'm looking for us in a ghost of a face. So we had the world, but we didn't discuss how you let time kill the best part of us. I look at the photos from 3 years ago. The spark in our eyes had a hell of a glow. But then came the routine, the how was your work, the way we let small habits start to irk. We chose the TV over talking tonight. We chose being tired over holding on tight. The calendar pages just fluttered and fell, and we turned our heaven into a quiet kind of hell. It's a slow motion murder, a heart stop and crawl. Watching the ivy take over the wall. You didn't pull the trigger, you just let the rust turn all of our gold into handfuls of dust. Seconds and hours and years down the drain, with nothing to show but a dull kind of pain. You let time do the work, you let time take the lead, and you let time kill the love that we used to need. They told me that love was a fortress of stone, that it builds up a wall so you're never alone. They said it's a lighthouse, a shield and a spark, that it keeps out the cold and it settles the dark. So I opened the gates and I let down my guard. I gave you the keys to the deepest of yards. I thought if I loved you with all that I had, the world couldn't reach me or make me this sad. I trusted the feeling, I trusted the glow. I thought it was armor wherever I go, but the locks didn't hold when the wind started turning. Now I'm just a house that is silently burning. Love didn't protect me from the fall or the sting. It didn't stop time or the winter you bring. I thought it was safety, I thought it was home, but it left me out here in the freezing unknown. It didn't save us the anchor in the storm, the fire in the heart that would keep us both warm. But when you walked out and the sky turned to leave, the love didn't fight, it just laid down its head. Love didn't protect me from the fall or the sting. It didn't stop time or the winter you bring. I thought it was safety, I thought it was home, but it left me out here in the freezing unknown. It didn't save us from the goodbye you spoke. It just stood there and watched while the foundation broke. I gave it my soul, but it failed the degree. Love didn't protect me from you leaving me. I'm standing in the open, I'm shivering still, chasing a warmth that I can't quite refill. I guess it's a lesson I learned way too late, that love is a passenger, not the hand on the fate. It didn't save me, it didn't hold me, it just watched me break. I remember the kitchen, 2 a.m. in July, when you looked at me steady with that look in your eye. You said, whatever happens, whatever we face, I'm the one who is staying, I'm your permanent place. You gave me a word like a ring made of gold, a promise for when we were gray-haired and old. I built every dream on that 5-letter word. Now it's the loneliest sound that I've ever heard. You can take back the records, you can take back the keys, take the books from the shelf and the scent on the breeze. But there's one thing you stole that I can't quite replace, the one thing that time isn't able to erase. You took the always and you left me with now. You broke every heaven, shattered your vow. I was looking at decades, you were looking for exits. Now I'm lost in the silence of my own broken reflexes. The future we painted is a canvas of gray, 'cause you took the always when you walked away. Now I'm checking the calendar, crossing off days, trying to navigate through this thick lonely haze. But how do I plan for a Tuesday next year when forever just vanished and never is here? I saved you a seat at the end of the road, but you dropped the map and you lightened your load. Now I'm stuck in a story that's missing its end, trying to find where the always started to bend. Always was a mountain, always was a shield, always was the only thing I wouldn't let yield. But you packed it in boxes and you drove it away, leaving me with the maybe of a cold, empty day. You took the always. I watched your shadow shorten as you headed for the drive. I was clinging to a feeling just to stay alive. You didn't slam the door, you didn't make a sound, but I felt the tectonic shift beneath the ground. Now the keys are on the counter and the air is getting thin, and I'm standing in the wreckage of what might have been. I thought we were a story that would never find an end. I thought you were my love, my anchor and my friend, but the ink started running and the pages turned to white when you stepped out of the hallway and into the night. You walked out of my life like it was just a room, leaving me here in the quiet and the gloom. You didn't look back to see the tears in my eyes. You just traded our truth for 1,000 goodbyes. Now I'm a map with no city, a heart with no beat, watching your taillights fade down the street. Yeah, you took the sunshine and left me the knife when you walked out of my life. I'm still finding your hairpins in the cracks of the floor. I'm still listening for your footsteps behind the front door. I bought the groceries that you used to like, and I remember I'm alone in the middle of the night. It's the little things that kill me, the yards turn to mine, the way the clock keeps ticking but I'm frozen in time. Was it something I did? Was it something I said? Or was the love already cold before you left the bed? I'm screaming your name at the ceiling above, but you can't hear a ghost when you're done with the love. Ooh. You walked out of my life like it was just a room, leaving me here in the quiet and the gloom. You didn't look back to see the tears in my eyes. You just traded our truth for 1,000 goodbyes. Now I'm a map with no city, a heart with no beat, watching your taillights fade down the street. Yeah, you took the sunshine and left me the knife when you walked out of my life. The house is still standing, but the home is all gone. Just a man waiting here for a dawn that won't ever come if you aren't around now. Just a heart beating under the ground. You walked out. Yeah, you just walked out. And I'm still here waiting for the door to swing back. Trading my pride for a seat at your table. I gave you the truth when I wasn't quite able. I poured out my spirit, I emptied my veins to keep you from feeling the wind and the rains. I carried your secrets like gold in a chest, while you used my heart as a place just to rest. But now there's a silence that screams in the hall, and I'm left with nothing but shadows on the wall. I held out my palms for a promise to keep, something to hold while the world is asleep. But you pulled away with the ghost of a grin, and left me to wonder where we might have been. I gave you the best of the years I was given. I made you the reason, the life I was living. I reached for your heart in the dead of the night, but I woke up to coldness and too much gray light. And now my fingers are reaching for what isn't there, just clutching that smoke in a handful of air. Oh, I played every card, but it wasn't enough. Love left me empty-handed. There's a space on the shelf where your picture once stood. I'd fill it with memories if I thought that I could, but the memories are heavy, they weigh more than lead, and they don't keep me warm in an oversized bed. I check all my pockets for a piece of the spark, for a reason to keep walking through this long dark. But I'm standing here hollow, shell of a man with a heart that's as barren as desert-blown sand. They say that it's better to love than to lose, but I didn't know losing was all I could choose. I walk to the altar of everything us, and all that I'm holding is heartbreaking dust. I gave you the best of the years I was given. I made you the reason, the life I was living. I reached for your heart in the dead of the night, but I woke up to coldness and too much gray light. Now my fingers are reaching for what isn't there, just clutching that smoke in a handful of air. Oh, I played every card, but it wasn't enough. Love left me empty-handed. Nothing to show for the always asked for, just a bit of wind blowing through the cracks in the door. My hands are so open, they're starting to ache from holding the pieces of the love that you break. Empty-handed. Yeah, I'm standing here stranded. Love left me with nothing at all. The streetlights figured out an hour ago, but I'm still sitting here watching the snow cover the tracks where your tires used to be. Like nature's trying to hide the exit from me. The neighbors have dimmed every light in the hall, but I'm still leaning my back against this cold wall, counting the minutes since you closed the gate, living in the silence of it too little too late. They say when it's over, you're supposed to move on and find a new sunset. Your side of the closet is empty and bare, but I swear I can still feel your scent in the air. I haven't changed the locks or the code on the door, just in case you forgot what you were leaving me for. Every phone ring is a heartbeat, every shadow is you. I'm building a life out of things we won't do. My friends say I'm haunting a house that is there, but I'm just finishing the sentences you never said. Beautiful lie to keep holding a flame under a pouring rain sky. You took your forever and you walked out the door, but I'm still here waiting for just 1 minute more. I'm still standing at the station, all the trains out of sight. I'm still keeping dinner warm in the middle of the night. You give me a final word, starts to clear. Call me a fool, call me a ghost in the sky, but I couldn't let go when you said goodbye. The world kept on turning, but I'm stuck in the high of a love that's already died. Waited past goodbye. I waited past goodbye. A pale shade of blue, and I'm still right here, still looking for you. 1 day later, 1 year too long, still singing the bridge of a broken down song. Goodbye was your ending, but I'm still on the page, just a lonely actor on an empty stage. I'm still waiting. I never asked for a map to your heart, a list of the ways we might fall apart. I didn't need reasons, I didn't need proof. I was happy just living under your roof. I ignored all the shadows, the maybes and whys. I just looked for the truth in the depths of your eyes. Even when you went quiet and the air turned to stone, I was fine being with you and being alone. I didn't need a promise written in ink, I just needed to know we were more than a blink. But the questions were screaming while I held my breath, and the silence between us was a slow kind of death. I loved you without answers, I loved you in the dark. I didn't need a fight, I just followed the spark. I gave you my always while you gave me we'll see. I was building a home while you were longing to flee. Now I'm left with the riddles and a heart full of if, falling off of the edge of your beautiful cliff. Yeah, I loved you without answers, and now the why is all I have. The neighbors all ask why your car isn't here. I give them a story and hide every tear, because I don't have the words for a soul that just left. I'm a witness to love, now a victim of theft. You didn't leave a note or a sorry away, you just left me here standing at a locked up gate. I'm still searching the hallways for a ghost of a clue to explain how I'm me, but there's no longer you. Was that just a chapter? Was that just a phase? A comfortable place to spend just 1,000 memories I'm forced to dismiss. I'm learning to live with the I don't know while I'm watching the taillights of your heart go. I loved you without answers. I loved you, and I guess that's my answer now. I've mastered the art of the I'm doing fine. I've practiced the smile till it hits the right line. I keep the blinds drawn when the sun gets too bright, so no one can see how I'm losing the fight. You check in sometimes with a polite little nod while I'm praying for strength to a silent God. You see the surface, the calm of the lake, but you don't feel the pressure before the dam breaks. You see the person who's holding it all, but you aren't there for the midwinter fall. This is the ache that lives under my skin, the war that I'm fighting but never can win. It's the tears in the shower so you don't hear the sound. It's the weight of the secrets that keep me earthbound. You think that I'm healed, that I moved past the debris, but you're only looking at what I let you see. Oh, you're missing the ghost, the shadow, the plea, the hurt you didn't see. I go to the parties and I wear the right clothes. I've gotten so good that nobody knows that I'm tracing your name on the palm of my hand, like a message in water on sinking sand. You tell all our friends that I'm stronger than most, while I'm fading away like a flickering ghost. It's the goodnight I say to an empty room. It's the garden I planted that refuses to bloom. It's the way that I flinch when I hear your name, and the way that I know I will never be the same. You didn't leave scars that the world can behold. You left a story that's never been told. This is the ache that lives under my skin, the war that I'm fighting but never can win. It's the tears in the shower so you don't hear the sound. It's the weight of the secrets that keep me earthbound. You think that I'm healed, that I moved past the debris, but you're only looking at what I let you see. Oh, you're missing the ghost, the shadow, the plea, the hurt you didn't see. So go on believing I'm doing okay. I'll keep the wreckage tucked safely away. I'll smile through the static, I'll hide every tear, until the me that you knew starts to disappear. Yeah, you're looking right at me, but you're blind to the debris, the hurt you didn't see. The coffee's getting cold on your side of the bed, and I'm still replaying every word that you said. You didn't even argue, you didn't raise your voice. You just packed a single suitcase and made a silent choice. Now the hallway is a cannon and the kitchen is a ghost of the two people who loved each other the most. still checking my phone like a fool in the dark, hoping for a missed call to reignite the spark. But the silence is heavy, it's the weight I can't move. I'm stuck in the rhythm of a broken heart groove. I keep looking for reasons in the dust on the floor, but I can't find the logic in that closing door. Was that too much to carry? Was that too hard to hold? Did our fire burn out, or did you just get cold? I would have fought the world to keep you by my side, but I can't fight a war when the other side has died. Yeah, you didn't just leave this house, you left a hole in my chest. You took the part of me that I love the best. I was building a kingdom on a foundation of sin, while you were letting go of my trembling hand. It wasn't the distance or the things we couldn't say, it's that you saw forever and you walked away. The porch light is on, but the house is so dim. I'm learning to breathe in the space that you're in. No more we just, you